And welcome to another round Sports Reviews. Tonight I am reviewing the MLS is back, round of 16, and predicting the quarterfinals of the tournament. First, we will start with reviewing the results of the round of 16 in match order, starting with Orlando City over Montreal Impact 1-0. Tesho Akindele scores in the 60th minute. Really should have been 2-0 because he was on the first one. He would have scored in the first half. His arm was off, but everything you could score with was on. But they called it offside. He only scored one. He scored later in the match because ball don't lie. Montreal lose. Other than that, the match was boring. You would think out of a side coached by Oscar Pereja that is known for being an attacking side and bringing the game to you, you think the match would be better, but I won't complain with the result. Montreal got knocked out. Then, second match, Philadelphia Union 1-0 over the New England Revolution. Sergio Santos with the goal to win it for Philadelphia against the run of play, and it was a beautiful goal. Philadelphia worked back into the game. New England looked good at the start, but Philadelphia worked into the game. They had Aronson not go as high up. They had their midfield stay in the midfield instead of the player dropping back, Martinez dropping back. They kept him in the midfield. They had Aronson be closer so he could create. Santos scores against the run of play. Amazing. And that is your second match of the round of 16. Also got that prediction right, by the way. I was 6-2 in predictions this week. I got the Toronto match wrong, of course, and the Columbus match wrong. But it wasn't as bad as getting the Toronto one wrong. But my bracket's busted anyway, so yeah. But 6 out of 8 isn't bad. It really isn't. Then, in the third match, speaking of Toronto losing, Toronto FC 1, New York City FC 3. I'm not as angry about it as I was the night of. I've slept it off a couple of days later. I'm still not happy about it, but I'm not, seething about it. If you want to see me lose it, the video is still on the channel, so after this is over, I'll just put a card up there, and then, if I don't, go into my channel. If I do, click on it. But come back to this point and click on it, Watch this, then click on it. It was an okay match. It wasn't a bad match, but to watch. But as a Toronto fan, I was angry because, we lost. I didn't like the result. It was a good match to watch tactically. We got owned by New York. But they knew what we were doing with a false 9. They knew it. So, honestly, we did the same thing we did in October, but with Jaden Nelson instead of Patrick Mullins. And we did have Josie on the bench, but we put him in way too late. And we deserved to lose that game. Fair play to New York City FC and Ronnie Dyla. They stomped us out. We deserve to lose that game. Then, the fourth game, halfway through the round of 16. Sporting Kansas City 0. Vancouver Whitecaps 0. Sporting Kansas City wins 3-1 on penalties. Thomas Hasal was on fire in this match. He kept the Whitecaps in it to penalties. He was amazing. 30 shots against him. And he made many saves. Many good saves. He's amazing. All I'm saying is Toronto should trade Bono and get Thomas Hasal because I don't think he wants to be a third-string goalkeeper anymore, and Meredith will come back at some point for Vancouver. I'm sure for their first regular season match back, they'll play Hasal and ride the hot hand, but other than that, I'm not sure. Fifth match of the round of 16, San Jose Earthquakes 5, Real Salt Lake 2. Crazy match. Best match of the round, I would say. Enjoyable. San Jose had times there where they looked like they possibly could lose the match, but then they just put the pedal to the metal and put it to Salt Lake and won. Amazing by Mateus Almeida's men. Sixth match, Seattle Sounders 1, LAFC 4. I've already talked about it. It's an amazing match. LAFC got revenge too against the team that knocked them out of the playoffs in the Western Conference Final last year. They got their revenge. So, and they did it in a beautiful way. Yes, Seattle's defense was horrible, but LAFC got on them and put it down their throat. It was like, hey, you're going to do that? Boom. Boom. That's the way you play a game. You capitalize on people's mistakes, even if you look great. So, I respect it. Seventh match, Columbus Crew 1, Minnesota United 1. Minnesota United wins on penalties, 5-3. Pretty good tactical match, back and forth. Adrian Heath versus Caleb Porter. The tactics were great, head-to-head. I respect what I watched. That was a purist's match. Amazing game. And Minnesota fought their way through over Columbus. And I thought Minnesota had a great chance, or a good chance. It would be equal. I kind of expected a match like that. So, it was good. I liked what I saw. That was great. Eighth and final match of the round of 16. Portland Timbers 1, FC Cincinnati 1. The match was good. Neasgoda scored for Portland Timbers. Locadia scored for Cincinnati. 4-2 on penalties to Portland because, let's be honest, FC Cincinnati did not look ready for penalties. They did not look good in penalties. They didn't know what the hell to do besides Locadia. And his got saved because he already went up against Steve Clark earlier in the match. He knew what Locadia was going to do, and it is what it is. Portland goes through deservingly. Now, the quarterfinal predictions. Thursday, July 30th, Philadelphia Union versus Sporting KC. I think Sporting Kansas City is going to win, and for this reason. Sporting Kansas City still has a very much better attack than Philadelphia. I don't know the status of Shabilko, but that's their best player. Philadelphia's best player, arguably. If he's not playing, it's a lot easier for Kansas City. But even if he does play, he won't be 100%. But Kansas City has one of the best attacks in the league. Polito, Russell, Shallowy, Kinda. And the defense is good too. I could tell you that Kansas City will do their job. It may be close. It may be 3-2. It may be 4-3. But Kansas City will do their job. Friday, July 31st, Orlando City versus LAFC. I think LAFC will win. Now, I'm not saying Orlando is out of it already. But Orlando will have a good half. They may score. It may be 2-1 into the half, or 1-1, or even 2-1 in the half for them. But the second half, they're going to get tired. And LAFC is going to put it to them once they get tired. Ergo, like the Galaxy, like the Dynamo, like the Timbers, and like Seattle. It's happened 4 times already. Orlando is good attacking-wise, but the problem is they may get tired trying to defend LAFC as well. You have to defend them while being attacking. That takes a lot of energy. So, seeing this game, LAFC is going to win. Orlando's going to put up a good fight, but LAFC is going to win. And then the final day of the quarterfinals, Saturday, August 1st. First match, San Jose Earthquakes versus Minnesota United. I think San Jose is going to win. Because San Jose's defense, the man marking, is exactly what would hurt Minnesota. The reason Minnesota only scored once was Columbus had a sort of man marking, but not to the level of Mateus Almeida's Earthquakes. The way the Earthquakes do, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, they're on you like white on rice. That would take out Minnesota United instantly. And the fact that their best attackers are hurt. One of their best attackers is hurt. Oh, wait, no. Finley did play the last game. Right. He's still... But is he 100%? I don't know. I don't think he's 100%. But San Jose, I think they go through. And then finally, New York City FC versus the Portland Timbers. I have to lean towards New York City FC because here's why. I watched that game against Toronto. Now, if Portland would have done what I thought they were going to do to Cincinnati and just beat them 5-0, 3-0, something like that and not go to penalties, I'd be like, okay, yeah, New York ain't got a chance in hell. But Cincinnati did what New York would probably be planning to do against Portland to beat them. Except they would try to actually score. Portland only mustered 1 goal against Cincy, a team who couldn't score and fluffed up a sitter 6 yards out. Remember that? Yeah. I don't think New York is going to be hoping for chances. They're going to have their chances, and when they take them, they're going to take them. Morales, Castellanos, Medina, Tajori Shradi, Heber. Yeah, there is no way. No way. I think NYCFC is going to do what Cincinnati did, but actually score. If Portland can only manage 1, New York's probably going to get 3. I think New York could pull it off. I hate to admit it, but it's true. I think that they would do a better job against Portland than Toronto. So them winning that match is actually a worse matchup for Portland than Toronto would have been had Toronto somehow pulled off the impossible. Not the inevitable, the impossible. But they didn't. This New York match is going to be a barn burner. I do believe so. And that is my predictions for the quarterfinals, my review of the round of 16. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Tomorrow, I will be reviewing Philly versus Sporting KC because obviously I will be. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.